Hello, everyone. This is my Honors 301 introduction presentation project. My name is Miki Volchinova, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm currently a neuroscience major as well as an anthropology minor, and I'm on the pre-med track as well. So research experiences, I've mainly kind of done personal and classwork that involves a lot with methods of research. So I understand the process that involves methods of research very well. But I personally haven't really done any extremely official research. I have been in discussion with a few people that are working on some medical research, but we've mainly just talked about ideas for the research, but I haven't necessarily been super involved in it. However, as of this year, I'm currently doing sort of a research project with my Latin class where it's called the Wine Dark Sea, and it's about being able to turn the dark reddish maroonish color of wine into blue, as that's a bit of a metaphorical reference in Homer, and we wanted to test that to see if it's actually possible, and it could potentially lead into a research paper. Some TV shows and podcasts that I recommend are Bones, The Witcher, A Crowd, Chuck. Those are TV shows. And then the Magnus Archives podcast is really interesting. All the shows that I kind of listed have like quirky characters, have a lot of like pop culture references, especially Bones, It Crowd, and Chuck. It Crowd is kind of like a 2000s humor with a lot of tech involved and just kind of relatable characters. And the Magnus Archive is kind of this podcast that kind of gives dark academia vibes, horror, thriller, where it's about an archivist who reorganizes this library's archive and re-records certain cases dealing with mysteries and supernatural things throughout the world. It is a fictitious podcast, but it's very interesting, and I definitely recommend. A few images that represent me. So the first one is of a wolf. I don't know if you guys recall, but during our lecture, I picked the wolf as my representative animal. I think that represents me really well. They're intelligent, they're familial, they're very caring towards the people they care about, yet they also can be independent at the same time. The next image is of Bulgaria. This is the country shape and the flag. I'm an immigrant. I came to America when I was a bit of a kid, but I still know the culture, still know the language. I still try to go back and see my family every now and then. So this is a representation of my personal history, my personal culture, and a bit of what is the reason why I'm a very kind of friendly and open person. This image here is of ginkgo leaves. Ginkgo leaves are my favorite kind of leaf. I don't know if anybody else has a favorite kind of leaf, but they're important to me because of their representation. So ginkgo leaves are actually really good for brain health. They help with the memory function, and also they're kind of small. I myself am a bit of a short individual, a bit of a small package. But the other representation of this is that I love, or my research that I kind of want to do is involve traditional medicine with modern medicine in kind of making it more preventative medicine and restoring people's immunity and personal function. This image over here, pardon that it's blurry, is of the Ravenclaw crest. I kind of identify as a Ravenclaw, being curious and intellectual and striving to learn. I really love learning anything and every subject. Also, I'm a bit of a nerd, hence the Hogwarts Harry Potter reference. I have a lot of pop culture references and books and TV shows and movies under my belt. And then the next image here is of this little video game called Cooking Mama. And I chose this to represent me because of, the two words Cooking Mama. I'm the mom friend in my friend group. I really love taking care of people and making sure that they're doing okay. And also, I love cooking. I love uniting people on a table and sharing cultures and experiences over food. I think that's very important in getting to know people. Thank you so much for listening.